and welcome to the Borealis Experience. I'm your host Aurora, and I hope you're doing well. I'm very happy to be spending some time with you today and to reflect, help you recharge your batteries, and just relax into being instead of doing all the time. Today I want to talk about shame. Shame is the emotion that carries the lowest vibration. If you want to talk energetics here, it is a very heavy feeling. It is a feeling that sometimes and oftentimes even makes us want to hide from people, makes us want to avoid people, not connect to people. It is deeper and more destructive than sadness. Sadness is a very heavy and low vibrational energy as well. But shame, the difference between sadness and shame, is usually directed towards us. There's something inside of us that we are absolutely not okay with. Something that we cannot imagine we will ever be able to embrace. Something that we cannot imagine we can ever forgive ourselves. So you don't have to be a criminal to feel shame. I think this is very common sense that we all feel shame for something that we have done in the past, something that has happened in our lives, or a situation that we were involved in. And then you will also see that people feel shame for very, very different things. It has to do with their religious background, cultural background, and how they grew up, so the household. If you look at children at a playground, children at the beach, there's some children who just run around topless and feel free, totally fine. And then there's children who maybe got dirty a little bit or wet and they have to be changed. And they feel deep embarrassment and shame for taking off their clothing, maybe even in front of their parents. So it all starts out when we're very little and we learn from our direct environment of what is shame, shameful, so to say, and what is okay. Now, if you look at friendships or intimate relationships, when you look at the people that you want to deeply connect with, I think it makes a lot of sense that once we know we can share exactly this that we're trying to avoid and run away from and not see about ourselves, if we show exactly this to someone and that person does not reject us, it is a powerful, very intimate place to be. Now you can decide if you want to do this little exercise with me or not. I recommend you try it out. You just take something, it doesn't have to be the worst part about yourself, but you take something that you really don't like about yourself. It can be physical, it can be thoughts that you have, it can be something that happened in the past. Pick whatever you want. You can also imagine something new. And now imagine you talking to a stranger in a very safe setting. And you guys get along awesome. And all of a sudden, that person opens up to you about something that has happened in the past, something that they have done. I think I experienced that there is an instant being able to relate to this happening, because at the same time you might be thinking, oh yeah, I've done something similar, or yeah, there's something I'm not proud of either. So someone opens up to us and it makes us think of our shame. And then we start to feel compassion for that person because we keep thinking about what happened to us. What if I would open up about this? I know how I am going to react to this person now, with them opening up to me. But how will they react once I open up to them? So they continue talking, and you can really see that they feel shame for what has happened to them or what they've done. And then it's your part. Then you talk. And as you know how shame feels because of what has happened to you or what you've done, you will show compassion. You will maybe even be able to relate to that story. And you will make the other person feel safe and good with you. And then you will do the same with that person. You will say, doesn't have to be in the same conversation, but for the future, holy, this is a safe place. This is where I can open up because that person just opened up to me. And I can do the same in the future. So in the future, you decide to finally open up to that person. And they hold space for you. They show compassion. They maybe even relate to your story. And while I speak these words for you today, I can feel that feeling again that I felt when I opened up to a loved one in the past. And when they showed me, like, hey, we've all done this, we've all been there, and it is okay to let go of that shame now, of that pain. It is liberating. It is so powerful and so precious. Because I promise you, the next time you look into the mirror, you will be able to embrace yourself, one little bit stronger. You will be able to forgive yourself. And this is why we are herd animals. We need each other so much, because I feel when it comes to shameful thoughts and shameful feelings, we usually get caught up with this. We try to suppress it, not see it, avoid it, but it is always there. And then if we know that there's that someone we can talk to about it, There's that someone who didn't judge us for this. We start to become kinder with ourselves too. And you'd be so surprised to find out how for some people, some things create deep shame inside of them. And you, from an outsider perspective, just think, what? Like, that's what you think is, like, weird? Let's talk about somebody else's stuff or my stuff that I see as way worse. Now, so don't story top that person, or I think you know what I mean. I don't know how to say it better in English, but you give that person their space and you keep these thoughts to yourself, these thoughts of, holy, like, that's not bad at all. Because we all experience life on different levels, right? I've talked about this in season 1. Even if you look at your siblings, you guys grew up in the same household, yet you perceive life very differently. And this is one of the big secrets to a great relationship with yourself and with others, is that you constantly check in with yourself. Hey, am I projecting my stuff onto the other person now? Or am I actually being curious and giving them space, or space to fully develop on how they want to develop and express themselves? So shame is a tricky emotion that has to be addressed at some point, because it's gonna suck life energy out of you, or maybe even make you sick. It is very important to find people that you can trust, maybe even counselors or therapists, or people who went through similar things, in support groups. Facebook is awesome for this. If you need to find a group, a support group. And never judge yourself for how you feel for certain things, because you are so unique with your experience here on planet Earth that no one, not even yourself, should judge you on how you feel. All your feelings are valid. All your feelings have to come up, have to be looked at maybe for a little bit, and then have to be released again. We cannot continue to carry that shame with us, because it's going to make us sick, and it is going to make us hide and dim our light. And we need you out there. We need you out there more than ever, because humanity is going through so much stuff right now. So we need every person possible out there shining their light, expressing themselves honestly and openly with good intentions. We have to stop to dim our light and to hide and to feel we're not enough. You're endlessly precious. You are enough. And I don't think that your shame is bigger than others. Thank you so much for listening to the Borealis experience. If you can relate to this, if you feel that, my words resonate with your heart and your soul, please share. Please leave me a review on Apple Podcast. It would mean the world to me to hear from you, to hear your thoughts. And I will be out there very soon again. Thank you so much.